Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So the current question is floating around whether or not Kenya has left the World Health Organization. And that question is making its rounds again online because of a video by Dr. Ngare. He is a Kenyan obstetrician gynecologist. I'm proud of myself. Obstetrician gynecologist. Do you know how many times I had to practice that word? A Kenyan obstetrician gynecologist. Anyway, his video from 2024 May is resurfacing, and it came from a speech he made, as I said, in 2024 at a summit, an African Interparliamentary Conference on Family Values and Sovereignty in Uganda. Let's get this out of the way right off the back. Kenya has not left the World Health Organization. As of 2025, there is no formal or informal communication confirming they are formally beginning of the withdrawal process. There is no confirmation anywhere as of 2025, and his video was recorded May of 2024, and we're now in 2025. There is no confirmation anywhere on official websites of Kenya formally beginning the process of withdrawing, of checking out from the World Health Organization. If they had, they would already have begun the process of checking out already, because that withdrawal process takes about 12 months. If you take, for example, the US, who have officially have signed to leave the World Health Organization, and this was signed this year, 2025, January, by Trump. They will officially no longer be a member in January 2026. So the question is, why are the rumors popping up? What's making this video trend again? That clip of Dr. Ngare was a personal statement he made, not an official government position. But what is interesting is the timing it's resurfacing is because it's driven by the US, who has now actively pulled out of the World Health Organization. So under Trump's return, and also the UK, there's murmurs of them reviewing, considering their relationship with the World Health Organization. They are debating their position, and there's several petitions and several politicians presenting their thoughts and their reason for not supporting that membership anymore. All around the world, countries are reevaluating their relationship with major global institutions like the World Health Organization. Especially, I think the main driver is COVID. What happened during COVID and how it was handled, how information was handled, how people were handled, and what's coming to light now years after the effects of COVID. So maybe this video has been made to resurface by somebody intentionally, unintentionally. As you know, social media, the internet is a digital footprint that receipts will remain there as receipts. We live in a digital era where things will resurface from the past, but what's quite interesting is the timing this is resurfacing. Even though that was not an official statement on behalf of the Kenyan government, maybe it is a signal, it is a nudge, even a wake-up call for African leaders to review their relationship and the dynamics with the World Health Organization. I genuinely believe that video trending was about timing in relation to what's happening in the US, but also to resurface the question, to resurface an issue that's simply not just about whether or not Africa stays or African countries continue to partner with the World Health Organization, or whether or not they should stay. The real question is, why do we seem to wait as a continent, majority, seem to wait for the West to make a move before we start thinking about doing the same, or start to have similar questions that led them to make such a decision? Why do so many African leaders seem to only go as far as mirroring a decision made by Western leaders? When are we going to make our own decisions that don't seem to be a reaction? Of course, looking at the impact the US leaving will have on such an organization is wise, and it is real. Essentially, it could mean the research, the developments, the progress made is either delayed or paused or stopped altogether. And funding that is coming from the World Health Organization to countries that need it that do not have the necessary funds to do the research, to make whatever it is they're making, or to receive the support they're receiving, will be impacted. But we have to start somewhere, asking ourselves, how long are we going to anchor Africa's process to handouts? This is not to say cut, bleed, die, but at some point we need to start asking the question, because if the hand doesn't stop feeding, will we ask the question, can a lasting health system really be built on charity? When will we see an African-built institution with real global influence? Africa-led research with credibility and reputation. Africa-driven solutions that put African people first as a priority, just like we saw when it came to the CME. Countries were prioritizing their own because they got first dibs on the vaccines that were considered to be more, I guess, impactful or more powerful. It looked like the African continent kind of got batches last, if you look at the history and if you look at the data. But I digress. This is not about isolation. This conversation, this is about self-definition, about engaging with global bodies on our own terms and not from a place of dependence. If we are going to engage with the World Health Organization or any organization, it should be on a balanced relationship basis, not one built on reliance and borrowed power, essentially. So, no, in summary, Kenya has not officially left or announced on an official basis its withdrawal from the World Health Organization, but maybe the rumor is doing something more important than just confirming a lie from a truth from a lie. Maybe it is challenging us to ask the right questions, to stop waiting and to start leading. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I'm going to pause here and look out for your comments below. Remember to always be kind in the comment section. In the meantime, stay safe out there.